Welcome back to episode 2, guys, of this Packers franchise. So just completed the training, got a gold on the offense, and now I got a gold on the defense. Just going to continue now. So what the training does is you have 3 focus players. So my 3 will be A.J. Dillon, Jordan Love, obviously, and then I think it was a tight end, our rookie tight end. So I think they just get 300 XP each. So he gets 300 XP, Dylan gets 300 XP, and the tight end gets 300. But if you look here, and on the offensive one, the one I'm scrolling on, it says Rodgers at the top. He gets 700 because he's a starter. Then under him is Jordan Love. He gets 525 XP. And then he gets a bonus 262 since he fits a scheme that we set last week. But then also, since he was a focus player, he gets 300. So 300, or at least 1,000 XP each week for Love, so that'll keep progressing him and get him to a higher overall when we do put him in for Rodgers in the future. So training's complete. Now we just need to upgrade our players. So Trayvon Hester gets an upgrade. He's a power rusher and he's going to maintain that, so now he's a 69 overall. After him we got Will Redmond, safety. He's not going to start though because he's behind Savage and Amos. And then Jordan Love, as you can tell, has an upgrade. So it takes 3,705 XP until he gets another one, and he already has one now, but then he also got 2,440. So next week he'll probably get another upgrade. So he's already 73. Next week he'll probably be a 74. He is the 33rd best quarterback in the game right now. So let's sim week 1. Probably won't be playing any games unless it's a Super Bowl or playoffs or anything like that, because it just takes too long, and I don't want my videos to be hour long. And it looks like we got the win, 42-14. If you look in the top left, it shows the score and the win. So let's see what the coordinator has to say. Nice win, coach. Hunter did his best to shut us down, but it wasn't enough. So 500 XP boost for the offensive line. And weekly awards. Rodgers wins NFC Player of the Week. He went 32 for 43 with 368 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 sack, and he had 1 rush for 6 yards. Other than that, nice win. 1 win closer to sweeping the division. Let's start our weekly training for week 2. And then I think it's week 3 that you get to start doing scouting. So I'm going to change to Guara because I really don't want to develop him all that much. And we can put in, let's just put in Elton Jenkins because he's young enough, and we just really want to develop that offensive line. So for offensive game plan, we're just going to do cover 4 so that we can sim it this time instead of having to play it. And the reason is I don't really care if it's like this is how we're going to beat them, but if you look, it's where the gold medal is like red. Under that it says position groups, and then under that it says wide receiver and quarterback. Those are the 2 groups it focuses on, so that's why Love was able to get 1,000 last week instead of only 300. So we wanted that, and then yeah, so that's just what we're working on. And then we're gonna sim and start it, so it'll simulate it, and then Love will get the 1,000 XP again. He's our main goal to develop right now because we just need him to be as best as he can be until he replaces Rodgers. I'm going to keep saying that. So let's upgrade the players. And yep, Jordan Love is a 74, or he's going to be 74 overall. 3,942 XP next week. He has 52, or not next week, but so probably 3 weeks or 4 weeks from now he'll have another upgrade. That he's up to a 74 now without playing a snap in the NFL. Chandon Sullivan is up to a 70 overall. He's a cornerback, so he's going to be the 4th in the depth chart still. Montravius Adams up to a 66. I believe he may be starting that right end. Tim Boyle, doesn't really matter. He's a 3rd in the depth chart. 58 overall. And then last, Kenny Clark. He gets another upgrade into an 87, so we want him to be very good because he's only 24. We're going to give him a big contract, so we want him to earn it. 1-0 both teams, and the Lions come to Green Bay to play, and let's see what we can do against them. Week 2 is a loss, 33-14. So probably the one team we could have easily beaten is the Lions. They're not very good. They're probably the worst team in the division, and we lose to them pretty badly too. We're now 1-1. The Vikings are 0-2. The Bears are 1-1. The Lions are 2-0. All right, so now we can scout, and we have 2 players ready for negotiations for contracts. First person is David Bakhtiari. He wants over 4 years, $37.3 million with a signing bonus of $39 for a total of $76.3 million. And so we have $40 million in cap room with a cap hit of $15.8 million if we sign him. So we're probably going to extend him for 5 years, bump this up a little bit to $10 million, and then to possibly $10 million on year 2. Yeah, and then let's see if he accepts. We get Bakhtiari back, so our franchise left tackle is back to stay for probably his whole career. Now running back, so we have Jamal Williams too. I might look to trade him because he wants $15.6 million over 4 years. But the only way I could see us bringing him back is if we use him as a fullback, because we want Dylan to get some snaps too. We don't want him to be third on the depth chart for the rest of his career. So we might not bring him back. We might look for a trade for him. But Aaron Jones, definitely want to bring him back. Let's bring him back for 5 years, $5 million, and $3.7 million signing bonus. And then he signs back. So we got 2 of the guys that we want. Next up, Kenny Clark. 2/3 of the gauntlet is done. Let's see who else. I don't even really want to bring Funches back. He won't play, but you just don't want to bring him back. A lot of these guys want money that they're not going to be able to get, or we're not going to be able to give them. Now time to scout college players. We're going to import Bengals draft class. Most accurate, I think, on PlayStation at least. For Trevor Lawrence, he's number 1 in the class. He's a quarterback, so we will definitely not be looking at him, but it's making me scout him. So he's early first-round talent. One guy that wouldn't be bad to have is Penei Sewell. I hope that's how you say his name. He's only 20 years old. He's from Oregon. Left tackle, but we can move him to right tackle because we have Bakhtiari at left tackle. The only problem is he's a second-ranked prospect. He will probably go top 5, and unless we do terrible this year, we will not have an opportunity to draft him. Gregory Rousseau, left end, he wouldn't be a bad choice. Jamar Chase. Patrick Surtain, he looks pretty good. Micah Parsons, he's going to be a beast in the NFL, but we don't need him as we have Zadarius and Preston Smith. So that's all of our scouting points for week 1, as we have, I believe, 175 each week to spend on scouting. So we'll start our weekly training now. At attacking cover 4. Sim those. And so everything's the same there. Didn't I change DeGuara out for Elgton Jenkins? I thought I did. Let's upgrade our players now. Adrian Amos. Okay, so this is a guy we really want to get into our scheme fit, and also a really high overall. He's 27, so we will be paying him for a little bit. He does get up to an 85, but not scheme fit, so you just got to keep upgrading him until he gets in that scheme fit. Elgton Jenkins, he's out for 4 weeks with a broken toe, so that's not good. And if you look on the bottom there by the scheme fit and practice squad eligible, he's out for 4 weeks, but he does get an upgrade. Hopefully he can come back from that and do good. So Darnell Savage, the second-year player, gets an upgrade. Try to upgrade him towards our scheme. Doesn't go to our scheme, but he does get an overall upgrade. Tyler Lancaster, already a scheme fit. A.J. Dillon, he'll be a 70 overall after this upgrade, and we don't really want him going for the scheme fit because, one, he's a power back, and two, he's 7 overalls, more of a power back than a elusive back, so it would take way too long to get him up to a elusive back. Same with Kadar Holman. He's 2-way, but just not worth it for someone that's a low overall. He probably won't be. We just want him to be good at football first. Jair Alexander, 3. That's a little too much. I just want him to be really good, not waste any years on his contract or his playing days. 2 new injuries though. Rick, ooh, that's tough. He's out for 4 weeks with an abdominal tear. Funches were already out. 4 weeks, so he's our right tackle. Let's see who we're gonna put there in his replacement for 4 weeks. Lucas Patrick. I mean, we could. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're gonna have to do since if Jenkins wasn't hurt, we could have moved Billy Turner there, but since he is hurt. Do you have anyone on our practice squad that we might want to bring over? We do not. So, pretty limited there. We'll sim this game against the 2-0 Saints, I believe it was. We're 1-1. Week 3, and we win 21-14. Marquez Valdez-Scantling wants to get involved in the offense, it looks like. So, if we get him 2+ touchdowns or 100+ receiving yards, he will go up to a star dev. So I might be playing that game. Don't know. Might be probably after this episode though, because this episode would be way too long. Kenny Clark. We'll bring him on for 5 more years until he's 29. Give him $8 million in money, and then 8.2 signing bonus. And he is back. So 3 out of 3 out of the guys that we needed back are there. Don't really want to bring Lindsley or Williams. Might work out a trade before the next episode, but we're gonna be scouting people, upgrading, and then training, and then we'll end the video. Dylan Moses, definitely a guy I could look at. He's mid-round, or he's mid-first round, so might be a little bit of a reach if we get him at 8, but we definitely do need a middle linebacker. Alex Leatherwood, left tackle, we can move him to right tackle. Sean Wade and Caleb Farley, they are cornerbacks, but if we wanted to trade or cut or something with Kevin King or Josh Jackson, these guys would be good replacements. We do need more wide receivers that are better than what we have, or a good wide receiver too. Jalen Waddle would be an option. Don't really need Marvin Wilson because he's defensive tackle, and that is locked up by Kenny Clark. Creed Humphrey, center, if he wants to replace Lindsley. And then we have enough to scout him once, or like scout the first 15 points for Devontae Smith, but other than that, we are out. Weekly training, we'll do that before we upgrade players. It's just the same thing every week for weekly training, so. Jordan Love, and then DeGuara's back. I don't know if we can have, yeah, Jenkins can't because he's injured, so at the moment, we'll put, who else? Not the punter. We'll put wide receiver, and we'll give it to MVS. Sim both, and we will advance. Love gets another 1,000, and so does MVS, as he is scheme fit and he's a wide receiver, which the offense has focused on him for wide receivers. Now let's upgrade our guys. MVS already gets an upgrade. He's now a 76. Equanimous St. Brown gets an upgrade. He's now a 69. Already 2 upgrades on the year for him. Oren Burks, our middle linebacker, second middle linebacker on the depth chart, gets an upgrade. He's going to be a 66. Raven Green, strong safety, 61. And now he's a 62. Vernon Scott is a free safety, not a strong safety. Is now scheme fit. He doesn't go up in overall, but now he fits our scheme, 61. Stepaniak finally out of the 50s and no longer a red. He is now a brown, so 60. Kabian Ento, last cornerback on the depth chart, so he's not going to be any good. Is now up to a 59. Jamal Williams. We could get him up to a elusive back, which wouldn't be terrible, but if we want him to be our fullback, which I might just switch his position to be a fullback, so I'll upgrade the power back. Then I'm going to edit, so I'm not going to edit his overalls or anything. I'm just going to switch his position to a fullback. Hopefully his overall goes up after that, so he's a halfback, now he's a fullback. Let's see if any of his overalls went up because now he's a fullback. They did, so he was a 79, now he is an 81 overall fullback. He's not good at blocking, which would be our scheme, but he is a utility, so we could use him on goal line offense. But other than that, I mean, good move. His overall went up. Now we can put Dylan as second on the depth chart, so he will get more carries now. So other than that, thank you guys for watching. That was episode 2. The next game is against the Falcons, and we might be playing that because of Marquez Valdez-Scantling wanting to get his development trait up to a star. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. We're 2-1 going into the next episode at week 4, and see you guys later.